A growing number of teenagers are suffering from some sort of mental health crisis. Even more alarming, many aren't getting the help that they need, and some are turning to social media instead of talking with their parents about it. Fox 26's KRIV joins us from the Texas Medical Center, where the issue is getting some serious attention.
The need for emergency mental health intervention for children is 4 times higher today than it was 2 years ago. That's according to Texas Children's Hospital, which is responding to this escalating post-pandemic problem in a number of ways.
Since COVID, we've seen increasing rates of kids reporting and presenting with concerns, especially related to depression and anxiety.
As mental health issues for kids significantly grow, a recent study says teens turning to social media for advice is skyrocketing, with hashtag mental health being searched on TikTok more than 67 billion times, which is concerning for parents we spoke with.
Very much so.
That's just really scary. Anybody can put anything on the internet.
You don't know if they're right or wrong.
Parents often have concerns about this.
Texas Children's Hospital psychologist Dr. Katherine Gallagher says not only is there a real risk of kids receiving unreliable information online, an attempt at self-treatment and diagnosis, she says, is downright dangerous. If some kids are turning to social media for help and they're not turning to their parents, the parent would need to look for certain signs.
Mood changes, loss of kind of low energy, sleep disruption.
To help address the mental health concerns that more children seem to be suffering, here at Texas Children's Hospital, a behavioral health task force was recently formed. Pediatricians have now been trained to screen for such issues, and to make diagnosis and treatment for families more accessible, mental health specialists are being embedded with pediatricians.
There's already a number of psychologists who've joined the different pediatrician practices throughout Texas Children's.
Why are so many teens struggling with mental health?
A lot of times it's the social media that causes them to have all kinds of mental conditions.
And then they're going right back to that same place for tips.
Yeah, it's like it's a loop, a never-ending loop.
And this dad isn't wrong.
Some researchers are also beginning to study what they've called digital stress and how that affects teen mental health.
According to that research, social media can contribute to some mental health issues in kids because of things like fear of missing out.
I have to be there to participate.
Or I'll be left out.
Or I'm going to be left out. Exactly.
And there may be constant self-comparison, leading some kids to feel like fakes who can't reveal their real selves online.
Maybe an underappreciation of how everyone else is doing that too, that they're portraying this idealized image, but that isn't necessarily what their actual day-to-day existence is.
What should parents look for to know that their kid is suffering a mental health crisis?
If you notice that your child is experiencing a lot of distress or changes in their functioning or their behavior, they're more withdrawn.
Dr. Gallagher says she's not suggesting you take social media away. She says you can help kids realize they may need to limit their time by asking,
after you've spent 2 hours on social media, how do you feel? Do you feel energized and rejuvenated? Do you feel kind of down and tired and bad?
And she says don't be afraid to ask other parents what works for them to stay mentally connected to their kids.
We check in every morning, every evening. We have a feelings wheel.
I try to let him know, like, whatever problems he's facing or troubles he's having, he's able to come and talk to us.
It sounds so simple, but really just having a good conversation with your kid can tell you so much about what's going on with them. Absolutely. How important is it to just have good conversations with the kids?
It's so important. I can't overstate it.
Dr. Gallagher suggests talking to your pediatrician if you have mental health concerns about your child. I'm KRIV, Fox 26 News.
We do have a QR code right there up on your screen that will take you right to the page on our website that covers mental health resources. Everything from crisis support and prevention to the signs of common conditions. Throughout the month of May, we'll continue to bring you all of these stories and resources to raise awareness on the important subject of mental health.